Hey everybody, it's Grady here at Uncle Sweetie's Model Works. I wanted to put out my response to Don's question at Don's Garage about what motivated me to start a YouTube channel. So, my motivation is different than anybody's I've seen so far. Um, it did have to do with model cars, but a lot of the guys say they wanted to show their work, they wanted to meet people, have the camaraderie. I was at a point in my life, I've had some major changes over the last year, let's say. A little more with some medical things and just different things. And so I started watching the YouTube channels about the model cars because obviously I have a large collection. Obviously, I have a lengthy collection. If you don't keep up with me yet, um, my number of model kits is about 500 roughly. I've been I hate to use the term collecting because I haven't collected them to for the sake of collection. I've collected them for the sake of building them at some point. But that's been going on for about 30 years. It's been about 25 years since I built my last model car. And I have been going to start building them for years. And I'll circle around back to this topic. It'll come back around to something else here after a while. Um, and I always say, and I think people in general say, I struggle with motivation. I do not struggle with motivation. I struggle with discipline. I struggle with getting my ass off the screen, off the YouTube, off the TV, off the mindlessly scrolling Facebook, and doing productive things. So I started a YouTube channel because I felt like if I had pressure to do it, as in subscribers and people watching me and watching me build, and I I would actually do some building, which I actually have. And so the first thing I did was jump into a group build with a deadline. So now I have people that I feel like I'm accountable to. I have a deadline to get it done, and I got a model car kit done. And that was my primary motivation for doing this. My another motivation for me was that I see so many people around me. I see kids, especially, and not kids, but teenagers and young adults who don't start chasing their dreams because, well, I'm not smart enough. I don't have the money. I don't have the knowledge to go to. I don't have the connections. And it pains my soul. It pains my soul to see kids at such a young age that are already feel defeated because they're not enough. So that was one of my other motivations to do this. I'm 50 years old. At the time, I had just lost my job with no. I don't have a lot in the way of marketable job skills. I've been a pizza delivery driver all my life. And I know. At the time I started, at the time I did that first video, I knew nothing really about recording videos for YouTube. I've got a smartphone. Do I get much value out of it? Not really. I can get maps, I can access, the internet, that kind of thing, but I'm not particularly tech savvy. I am more than some, but not as much as I would like to be for this kind of thing. But I did it anyway. I just finally decided, and I've gotten to a point in my life where if I want to do something and it creates fear in me, that is a motivation for me that I need to do that because to me fear is a limiting thought process. So I just decided one day, and I don't remember what the decision or what the day or in anything. I just decided I'm doing it. And so Part of the motivation was to be an example of you're never not enough. You're never not enough, and you're never too anything. I'm too old. I'm too broke. I'm too this. I'm too that. I've got yeah. I'm not old. 50 years old. I feel like I'm going into the better part of my life at this point. Shorter, yeah, especially with my lifestyle and what I've already done to my body. But I digress. So, never too old. I'm shooting this on a Samsung Galaxy S7. I'm shooting this on what is that, 7, 8 years? I think they came out in 2015, so 8-ish years old smartphone now. Um, I didn't. I did have when I started a tripod and a light ring. I felt like that was important. It holds. I'm not gonna do the holding the camera and the zooming around the room and all that kind of crazy stuff. Those were my major motivations. A third motivation is yes, for me, one of my goals is monetizing the channel. Whatever way that turns out to be, whether that's YouTube monetization, whether that's I want to learn about Patreon and how to work with that, various different funding sources, and not so much for this channel. I'd like to, I've said before, I'm on a tight budget these days. I'd like to be able to afford, a nice kit now and then, $50 kit once a month. I'd like to be able to get some MCW paints, new tools when I need them. I'd love to have a spray booth, but that's way off in the distance. I've got an idea to redneck one. And if I do it, that'll be a process that goes on the channel as well. Um, so yes, some of you guys aren't about monetization. That's great. I am a little bit. Do I want to make money off of people? No, not particularly. Do I want to make a living off it? Well, there's a couple other ideas that I wouldn't mind making a living off of. I don't think it'll happen on the model car channel, but it is what it is. You just never know. So between the videography and learning editing and getting myself comfortable with being on camera and learning the technology and this and that and the platforms and how to do all of these things, this channel for a lot is a learning ground for me so that I can apply it in other areas of my life. Um, I came into this with absolutely zero expectations. I threw up a video. I figured a couple of my friends would subscribe to it because I've got a nephew that likes cars and has model cars. He hasn't built any yet. Um, he says he doesn't have the time, but he is busy all the time, and not a lot of people have time to help him. So, Zane, I love you, brother. Hopefully, we can get some time, and I can teach you a few things. Help you get a car put together. And what other than that, I didn't have any expectations. I've got a few people that know that I love model cars, and I've got a few people that are car people. Um, Me and Zane, his mom Diana, his uncle Jerry, we kind of have a tradition, a long time tradition now, of going to the World of Wheels show in Kansas City, and we always enjoy that. So I have a lot of friends that are car people. I figured a few of my friends would subscribe. What this has become for me is so much more than I expected. The support in the modeling community, the camaraderie. I never even thought of the idea that I would have this channel up and running for 3 months and have 200 subscribers already. And for that, I'm truly grateful. So you got 95% of those subscribers are you guys out there in the community on YouTube. And if you've commented on one of my videos, if you've given it a thumbs up, if you're a subscriber, I genuinely appreciate that. It is it's more support in this channel than I have gotten among my own friends. I'm one of those people. I believe in tribe. I believe in community. I've got 600 some odd friends on Facebook. I literally know every single one of them. I don't have any superfluous blah 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 building up my numbers things. I literally know everybody on my friends list. I was under the mistaken ideal that all of those people would be, oh, great, cool, Grady's got a YouTube channel. Let me go hit that and at least subscribe to it. Not so much. I'm that kind of guy. I guess a lot of people aren't. If one of my friends is doing something like that, I'm going to hit a subscribe. I'm going to share a post now and then just to support them, whether I have any interest in what they're actually doing or not. But, again, that's just me. This has also become a way to not stay in touch exactly, but to be in touch with some of my friends and family around the country that I don't get to see very often. One I'll say it here. My favorite niece Tessa in Florida gave me great encouragement to start this channel and great support when I did, and she's given me advice on the kind of things to make public and the kind of things to not. A little bit on the shooting and the videography, that kind of thing. So Tessa, I love you very much, but she gets to see my face and hear my voice, whenever she wants. She can click into YouTube and watch one of my videos when we can't, when neither one of us can afford to fly back and forth across the country at this point. My friend Gary in Illinois and his nieces and nephews of mine, Emma, Katie, Jonathan. I love all of you guys too. Hopefully, Illinois is a little easier to swing as far as getting to and getting back. So hopefully we get something better, get to see each other in person soon. But I love you guys a lot too. And it just, yeah, this channel is already far more than I expected. Whether or not it ever gets monetized or anything as far as that goes, it's already much more than I had hoped for. I consider it for myself a huge success, and just getting to know some of you guys and getting the support and getting 200 subscribers and me being consistent-ish getting videos out. And it got me to actually build a model car. And so, circling back to the motivation thing, I still I still haven't done a damn thing on this psychedelic 60s group build. It's sitting right here in front of me on my makeshift workbench because my model car room is scattered all through the house. The basement and the living room right here, the room behind me for storage. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And it's also motivated me to get out of a rut and get some things going around the house so that I can get all of this stuff more organized and more concise and more efficient for me to build, for me to film, for me to, do whatever I want to do. But yeah, on the motivation, and it's not motivation. I want to. I love the idea. I loved doing it when I was younger. I just need to. I don't have the discipline, and I need to work on that and build that. And so, hold me accountable. If you don't see if you don't see an update on the 60s group build for me in the next 3 days, call me, write me, show up at my door, and kick my ass. Because I hate this. I like to think that I'm self motivated, but I do much better with external motivation, so to speak. But no, I haven't done anything on that yet. That 65 Impala lowrider. I've gotten paint colors picked out mostly. That's as far as I've gotten. I had the fiasco with the panel line scriber, and it kind of discouraged me a little bit. But I've got the sandpaper. I've got a few other things that I'm going to get. And this video is rambling on a little long. But yeah, hopefully, it's not hopefully. Tomorrow's my day off. I'm going to at least get something done with this car. At least get the body sanded down and in primer, because I am going to start doing some better prep work for the paint jobs on the bodies. That's kind of my thing as a painting. I mean, most of us, I'm not back to that point yet. Most of us can assemble one of these models with our eyes closed and probably with one hand behind our back. So mostly it's all about the paint. I'm not up to scratch building and customizing and that kind of thing yet. So I still want to work on the paint some more. But I will have quite a few more stash ad videos, probably a tool update. I've had a few really good days at work, so I'm going to go grab a few things that I have found here and there that I would like to have, and so I can do better builds with. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and being encouraging, and just the modeling community really is. It's a community, and it's heartwarming to be a part of it, and it's humbling to be so supported. And I just wanted to put this out as one of the, I feel like I'm one of the newer content creators, and just giving my shout out to Don. I love Don and his channel, and all the other guys. Some of the people I started watching at first were Lucas C., Matt over there at Model Car Videos, a couple of guys across the pond, the Scale Modeling channel, and I'm not going to remember it now. The guy that runs UMP. Anyway, this video's rambled on, so I'm going to cut it off, uploaded, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.